Hello, Virgo. This is your New Year 2020 reading. I already have the cards shuffled, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. This is Virgo's 2020 reading. If this does not resonate with you, make sure you check your sun, moon, and rising signs. First off, let's go ahead and see how 2019 was for Virgo. The Queen of Cups. So 2019 was a pretty good year for most of you Virgos. You were very highly intuitive during this year. You had a lot of creative energy, just a lot of good flow with the surrounding energies. You had lots of good interactions with others. You were able to really develop your sense of being able to read others, and you just had a lot of good things going on with your relationships, and you also found some emotional stability in 2019. Let's go ahead and see what you are going to have to work on in 2020. The reversed Hangman. This is indicating that in 2020, you're going to need to focus on taking time to really just pause for a moment and see things from a different perspective. This is going to be something that you're going to try to resist, and you're going to spend so much time trying to really fill up your days with different tasks and projects, just doing a lot of busy work and trying to distract yourself from the actual issue at hand. But the reverse Hangman is letting you know that in 2020 you're really going to have to focus on slowing down a little bit and stopping and resting before it becomes too late, before the damage is done and you end up crashing as a result. Let's see what the biggest obstacle you're going to face in 2020. The King of Swords. This is indicating that the biggest obstacle that you're going to face in 2020 has something to do with an authoritative power, someone in charge. Maybe it's, some sort of boss or the law, or, maybe even somebody in your family or a relationship, kind of dealing with that person who has more authority. You're going to be competing with them a little bit. You're not really going to like, what they're trying to say or how they're trying to do different things. So you're going to be butting heads with somebody that has to do with some authority and power there. Let's see how you can tackle this obstacle. The Three of Pentacles. This card is all about teamwork and collaboration and learning from others. So once again, you're butting heads with somebody. That's going to be the biggest obstacle in 2020 that you guys face. And this card is letting you know to overcome this obstacle, you're going to have to open yourself up to being able to work with this person. Understand that they are bringing something to the table that's important to the thing that you're working on, whether it be, some sort of relationship or some project, something at your work. You just have to open yourself up to really valuing their different ideas and their levels of experience, and just collaborate with them. And that's going to help you overcome that obstacle. Let's look to see what your career and financial outlook is going to look like for 2020. The Nine of Swords. Ooh, it's going to be a difficult year for Virgo when it comes to career and finances. A lot of anxiety and worry and fear there. Maybe even some depression when it comes to finances. This could indicate, that maybe there's something you're worrying about your job. Maybe some of you are going to have a hard time finding a job, or you're going to have a lot of anxiety about finding a job. If you're starting some sort of new project, there's going to be some anxiety and worry surrounded that. Maybe some of you are going to have a lot of burden when it comes towards, debt and things like that. So for some of you Virgos, your career and financial outlook is just going to cause a lot of strain on you this year. Let's see what your love outlook is going to look like for 2020. 5 of Wands. Once again, you guys are going to be experiencing some conflict when it comes to your, relationships with others. There might be some sort of like battle or tension when it comes to your relationship with significant others. You may be competing with others for somebody's attention. This could also indicate that there's going to be some sort of change in your relationship status, maybe for the better or for the worse. Definitely some sort of change going on there for some of you. But definitely, be ready for some of those, disagreements and, competition and change when it comes to your relationship in 2020. Let's see what your spiritual outlook is going to look like. The reverse 2 of Cups. This indicates that 2020 is going to be a big year when it comes to self-love for Virgo. You're going to focus more about yourself and loving yourself unconditionally, accepting and appreciating who you are, just really respecting and honoring the most authentic version of yourself. So you're going to do more things in 2020 that's for your greater good, that's going to bring you more happiness. You're going to focus on cutting some of those things out of your lives that, do not bring you happiness, letting go of a lot of those negative things and just really working on loving yourself in 2020. Let's see what your January through March is going to look like. The King of Cups. This is indicating that January through March is going to be a pretty decent time for you Virgos. You're going to have a lot of emotional balance during this time frame. You're going to be experiencing a lot of creativity. If you're thinking about starting something new, January through March would be a great time to do this. You're just going to have a lot of stability in your life, especially when it comes to just, emotions, and that's going to help you easily navigate any challenges that you may face during this time frame. So definitely a great time to be starting something new if you're thinking about that. Let's look at April through June. The 7 of Wands. So April through June, this looks like where that challenge and competition is going to come out in that April through June period. You're going to be, maybe it has to do with your relationship like we saw before, that you're going to have some challenges with that. Looks like April through June might be that time frame. There's going to be some sort of challenge by others who, want to take your place. You've worked really hard to get where you are, whether it be your relationship or, some sort of work status or something like that. But other people may be ready to fight for your place at that time. So, like I said, this could be some sort of competition when it comes to a relationship or your job status, anything like that. So be ready for that in that April through June period. Let's look at July through September. The Tower card. All right, so it looks like, in that July through September time period, everything is going to just come crashing down. You're going to have some sort of sudden change during that July through September period. It's going to be just a lot of, chaos during that time period. And although that it may seem like, this huge, massive change that's bringing all this destruction, you need to know that it's here for a reason. This change is here to, really tear up this thing, and it's going to help you move forward on your path. It's for your highest good, okay? This change that is coming is, even though it's going to seem like something horrible, it's going to be what's best for you to move forward, because this foundation that you've built this on is just really, rocky ground. So now is the time to kind of tear that foundation down and start anew, start fresh. So look for that change coming in July through September. Let's see how the end of the year is going to go, October through December. Death card. Wow, Virgo, you guys, I hate to say it, but you guys have a bit of a rough year coming. So the death card, this is also indicating some sort of, ending, something coming to an end, something changing during this time period. This could be the same thing that's July through September, just continuing through October to December, or it could be a new thing. This also indicates some sort of, transformation and a transition period. So once again, this doesn't mean that, somebody's going to actually die during this period. It just means that there's going to be some sort of change coming again, something, transforming yourself, clearing away the old things to bring out the new things. So I hate to say this, Virgo, but for some of you, it's just, it's not going to be, I don't want to say it's not going to be the best year, because like I said, this change is needed for you guys. It's going to be a great way to move yourself on from all that stuff that's been holding you down and holding you back, and just being able to move on from that. So although it may, cause a lot of stress while it's happening, just know that there's a reason for it. Okay, let's go ahead and just see what the overview of the year is going to be. All right, so with all of that change, we got the Fool card. So that's representing some sort of new beginning, some, new opportunity coming there. So at the end of the year, it looks like you guys are going to have a lot of change taking place in your life. And then from that is going to start this new beginning, a new journey that you're going to go on. All right, Virgo, if you guys enjoyed that, if that resonated with you, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm sending you all love and light your way, and I will see you next time.